people.
Oh man,
Yeah.
man, what you throwing in there?
In here, it is nice little berry and kale mix. So we got strawberries in here. We got, I think it's pomegranate, kale, bananas, and blueberries up in this joint. So,
Sounds sensational.
yes, indeed. Yes,
Sounds very good. What type of milk are we using today?
there's actually no milk. It's all just water. And we have vegan protein, vanilla protein. So that's where I get my I guess, milk-ish type flavor from.
So milk-ish.
There you go. Ooh, perfect question. What is your consistency of what kind consistency of smoothie type of person are you? Is my question. 'Cause some people like it closer to like water. Other people like it as thick as like pudding.
Pudding?
Bro, I've seen some things. I've heard some things. It's real wild out here in the smoothie game.
Well, let me not judge. Let me cast no judgment. But no, not water. I don't want it watery. I like a thicker smoothie for sure. But yeah, I've definitely had some that are like too thick. Definitely too thick to like get through a straw. It's like, yeah, I think you need a spoon for this. Like if you need a spoon, then but yeah, so a little thick on the thicker side.
Yeah.
But I would like to be able to use like a thin straw, not necessarily like a thick, like a wide straw. If that makes sense. Yeah.
I got you.
But yeah, but I do like I'm a fan of pulp. I'm not afraid of like fruit chunks and whatnot. So like something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. How about yourself?
So it's a nice in between. I think I got a Goldilocks situation. In between watery and thick as hell. So, so I want it thick enough to where like when you pour it, it has a nice what is that called? Viscosity to it.
Yes, viscosity. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Excellent word.
Yeah. Oh no, brother. Do a little something.
The word of the day is
Viscosity. Come on.
viscosity.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of words of the day, I've been chatting with my brothers back in Kenya.
Yep.
Because I have this newfound family there, and Africa is very special. Kenya, in particular. They welcomed me home. It was a very beautiful experience, which I'm happy to share more about. But I was out there, and I was not prepared. No, I sort of just go and figure it out, as you know, as you've seen in Japan.
Hey, we explore, brother. That's who we are.
Yes, we do. We explore. So yeah, I met many amazing people in those explorations, and one is brother Sharif Dollar. Sharif Dollar. And I met Sharif as I was wandering the sandy shores of Lamu, Kenya. And I was out there, and I had to take a jet. I had to take the Jumbo jet.
Okay.
Took the Jumbo jet from Nairobi to Lamu.
Okay.
So from the city, from the concrete jungle to the island. And you take the jet, and it's like, it's like you go into the Caribbean or something. Definitely that type of vibe. But then to get from the airport to the accommodations and whatnot, you have to take a boat, like a small boat. like a dinghy or something, like a small thing, you know, only but so many people can fit on this little boat. So you got to get shuttled over on the little boat, whatever, cool. So I get to my accommodations. That was an adventure in and of itself. This big sandy dune I had to climb up, like ain't no steps, you know, ain't no elevator. So brother Salim, you know, grabbed my bags and helped me up this dune to my guest house, and it sat up top on the dunes where I could look out and see the whole island from up top. It was very beautiful, amazing view. So, yeah, I'm trying to get myself situated, and I realized that I cannot charge my devices. My phone is about to die, and the outlet is not an American outlet. So I have a problem. I have a very big problem. So then I have to wander throughout the town. I'm looking like, does anybody have this like an adapter for the wall? And people don't even really understand what I'm looking for,
Yeah.
but they know I don't got it. Whatever it is I'm looking for, no, we don't got it. So, all right. So I'm like, all right. Somebody said you have to go into Old Town. If you go into Old Town, they might have it. Because where I stayed was in Shela. Shela is like the more touristy side, almost like a resort. That type of like very, yeah, very like developed. Old Town is quite literally like still like the 1800s. They still live that way, and it's a beautiful.
Wait, hold on.
The 1800s, yes.
1800.
Yes, sir, the 1800s. Like I said, I had to take a boat to get to this island. There are no cars on the island. There are no cars. So, to get to Old Town, you either walk, or you have the sort of like the bike boys. They got the dirt bikes, and they'll shuttle you from Shela to Lamu for a fee. You know, it's only a 60-second ride, but if they shuttle you, but if you walk, it's hot. You walking through the sand, you know, it's all that. So first couple times I walked, because I don't know. I'm like, they hollering at me, trying to get me on this bike. I don't know where y'all are going. I don't know what this is. I don't know who you are. So no, I'll walk. Thank you. So I walk, and it's also allowing me just to like see where I'm at, you know, get a lay of the land. But yeah, I eventually get into like, so I'm walking along the coast. I get to sort of like this transition, so it turns into Old Town, and you start to see all of these like shops and things, and people hanging out by the docks. And yeah, this gentleman flags me down. He stands up and he's like, "Yo," like I forget what he said exactly the first time, but he knew I wasn't from around there.
Yeah.
That was evident. So, he comes over, he's talking to me, and he's like, "Yeah, have you been to Lamu before?" I'm like, "No, first time here." All this kind of stuff. And then I tell him I'm looking for something. Actually, I think before I told him I'm looking for something, he's just chatting with me, and he's just telling me about the town. And then he asked, like, he's like, "Yeah, like I'm a tour guide. Like, do you want to see the town?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." You know? So, sure. So he starts walking me through the town, showing me all the things. And the streets are not like, they're not drivable streets. They're like alleyways, you know? But through these alleys, like there's traffic. Like you got people back and forth, like everybody trying to get somewhere. All the shops are open. Like it's a lot of activity. And I don't think I've ever experienced anything like that. So it was pretty cool. And so he showed me all this like architecture, and how all the doors on all of the homes are all like hand carved doors with like crazy intricate designs that like, it's just like this skill that's been passed down for many generations.
Mhm.
And Omani, they call them Omani doors. There are many mosques that we're seeing and we're going past, and he's just telling me all about the Islamic history and how this was a huge this used to be a huge like trading port. It actually used to be Kenya's largest trading port,
Mhm.
and how like the Arabs were big in the area. You have your Africans, Arabs, and then even Asians, trading all throughout here. And the majority of the population is Muslim.
Okay.
So I think that was my first time being yeah, I mean, first time being in a foreign land where the majority was Muslim, one. And then, yeah, first time just like really being immersed in just like Islamic culture.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful. It was so beautiful and so peaceful. So that was really great. All the architecture, just the culture. Um, the mosques are like I said, like the neighborhood is like the 1800s, but these mosques are, I don't know how many centuries old, and they're places. These mosques in particular are places that people come. They come from all around the world to come to these mosques because of the history and because of the teachings and the traditions and all. So like it's almost like a pilgrimage, like a Hajj that people take
Yeah.
to Lamu. So I'm like, wow, like like that's amazing.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's just taking me around the whole town, giving me all these lessons, teaching me all these things. It shows me a cemetery, very beautiful cemetery, telling me about just like the traditions and whatnot. And I'm like, yeah, brother, this is great, you know, but I need this outlet converter. I need the thingy. I need the thingy. We were walking for 30, 45 minutes. I don't know how long it's been.
Yeah.
But like I really appreciate this, but please show me where I can go to get this thing. And he's trying to understand what it is I'm looking for, doesn't exactly know. So we go to an electronics store, like they don't have it for sure. But eventually we find a place that has one. Like eventually it clicks for him. He's like, oh, I know exactly what you're looking for. And we find a guy who has exactly the thing that was in like the bottom. Like it's like this dusty box. Like it's not like a bunch of people come looking for this thing, but
Yeah.
he might have had, an assortment of random products in this shop, and he just so happened to have what I needed.
You know what this reminds me of?
Yeah.
You're trying to look for the damn family.
Exactly. Everywhere I go, I'm looking for a thing. Everywhere.
The most, not even obscure thing. It might just be the obscure thing in that location.
Yeah.
That's just like, and it's funny because it's this very specific thing that you need in an absolutely foreign land that nobody understands.
It was exactly that, man. Yeah.
Oh man.
It was exactly that. So, yeah, I don't know what the next thing will be that I'll be looking for, but I'm always looking for something. So yeah, find the thing, and then again, like it's been a long day, it's hot. I'm like, man, this was very helpful. Thank you very much. And I'm like, I know he's gonna ask me for money. I know he is,
Mhm.
and he did, uh, in a very nice way, right? But he helped me understand like this is his hustle,
Yeah.
and everyone on the island has to hustle to survive, So some men are the fishermen,
Mhm.
women are weaving baskets. You have your tour guides, you have the bike boys, and then of course you have different shops and whatnot. So he's like, yeah, anything you can give is helpful or whatever. So It's like, yeah, I really appreciate your help. Not only did you give me a great tour, but you also helped me find this thing where, like, if I didn't have a phone, if I can't use my phone, I'm in some real trouble.
For real.
Yeah. So yeah, he really helped me out. So yeah, he said something like, yeah, so I'll see you again like tomorrow or something. Like, take my number, get my WhatsApp. You got to be on WhatsApp to talk to the people.
Yep.
So I'm like, yeah, I will let you know. So eventually, yeah. So I got my thing, and along the way, again, like he's like teaching me Swahili. So I'm seeing, as we're going through the town, I'm seeing how he's greeting people, how they're greeting him, and I saw his reputation, and people would keep like, they would tell me, like, you're with it, like, you're very lucky to have found him, or however they would say, it's like, it's a blessing that Sharif is the one that got to you.
You sound like somebody else go put some hands on you.
Well, I mean, they could try. I have my staff that I got from the Maasai warriors. We'll tell that story soon as well. But yes. Basically, Sharif is a great dude,
Yeah.
right? Like, I learned like his reputation precedes him. So, and I didn't even mention this. So that was that day. I think maybe another day. Yeah, we went to hang out, and he showed me his home and everything, and like, I mean, that was just like, very friendly. So yeah, that was really cool. But yes, like I said, he's a teacher. He's not a professional teacher, but he was teaching me.
Yeah.
And actually, just so after the trip and all, like, I've stayed in contact with him, and BVP is international. So, what I saw in Lamu was just like, hey, there's so much opportunity to build here, and create opportunities for people. That's what entrepreneurs do. We create not just great experiences and products, but employment opportunities.
Yeah.
Right. So as he's showing me around and telling me, like, yeah, like, you have to hustle and this and that, I'm just seeing, like, wow, look at all the skills that people have that, could create value for our business. And I'm like, I'm having such a great time here. I would love to be able to create that for other people.
Yeah.
So, in my head, it looks like a BVP international bed and breakfast on the island. And, being able to employ people like Sharif and Salim, who are knowledgeable. Like, Sharif has been actually scoping out the scene. He's been sending me some properties, some videos. There's so much space available.
Yeah.
And keeping that tradition, keeping the culture as it is so important, right? Like, not coming in like KFC and saying, yeah, we're just gonna plop a KFC here.
Yeah. I think I think the beauty of it is it can be, well, from what it sounds like, it's going to be a more Kenyan inspired BVP rather than it is us just bringing in BVP. So I think that's the beauty of it, because it's the people there that would like the coffee shop to be there.
I would say this. It's so yes, but I more so see it being it's sort of twofold. The employees, the staff are locals, but Lamu is a tourist destination.
Is it?
So yes, a big one. So people from all around the world come to Lamu, and I would say, I think especially not just Americans, but Black Americans don't know what's happening in Kenya and don't know what's happening in Lamu. I did not know, but now I know. But I mean, people are coming from Spain, from all over Europe, from Japan even, to come and like, go to the beach, right? This is like their Caribbean. It's like a Caribbean vibe out there. But yeah, so I see it being a place where people who are traveling from around the world want to come. They are going to come on vacation
Hmm.
anyway. But to be able to provide them with an experience that is unique, it is authentic, but also is something that they see themselves in. So, being able to come in and like share our culture as well, right? Everybody learns from one another.
Yeah.
But very much, yeah, very much so like leading into Kenyan traditions. They have Swahili breakfast, they have mandazi, they have uh what do they have? They have mate, I think it's called mate. It's like a donut. They have I think it's bazi karan. Yeah, these like fried sort of like almost like pastries, donuts and sweet treats in addition to fruit and coffee, kahawa. So, being able to provide a Swahili breakfast, and then you're on the beach, man. It's just a dope vibe. It's just like amazing. It's like so slow.
Yeah.
I mean, I had my laptop. I thought I was going to be working. I, it's too hot to work on a daggone laptop. It was like, bro, no, it ain't happening.
Yeah.
It ain't happening. And it's like, it really, it forced me to slow down, and it forced me to just like appreciate the moment and appreciate, the beauty of God's creation. It almost felt like, and I don't know, like as pure as things can be. Like it just was like, bro, it's not really not a whole lot going on.
Yeah.
And this is all you need in life. So just to be able to share that experience with others in a way where, again, even like, when we open a spot in Philly, like to be able to sort of simulate that vibe, sort of what I'm going for is like, taking these learnings from what we've seen in Japan, what we've seen in Kenya, and just like, yeah, how do we innovate by combining these things in ways that no one may have ever seen before.
Oh, now you got me doing Googles over here.
See?
Plenty of
Yep.
articles. People talking about taking trips to Labu.
Salamu.
Yeah, have your whole holiday.
Holiday, that's it. Oh, I'm trying to tell you, like I saw it and I said, oh, this is why they wanted to take this place. This is why they wanted to take this from us. I see what they saw. I see what they saw, and I see what they did. I'm gonna tell you this too. I see what they did. The colonizer.
I love nice.
Colonizer. We have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Dallas, Texas, we have a problem. Labo, Kenya, we have a problem. So, yeah, I mean, it motivated me so much. It motivated me so much to just be like, nah, like, bro, this is us. Like, these people, they look like us. They look exactly like us, bro. They are us. Like, that's who we are. Like, we're just Africans in America.
Yeah, hence the name.
No, but there's like a disconnect, right? It's like,
Yeah.
you have not been yet, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I just went.
Yeah.
Many people in my family have never been. Many African Americans may never go. And like, yeah, so when I say like what was taken from us is like, bro, like that's us, but like we make it seem like we're different. There's African Americans, then there's Africans. I'm walking through the town with no shoes on. I'm barefoot walking through the town. There's donkeys passing me by, no reins, no owner in sight, no leash. Little children running through the streets, having a blast, a great time. And they look exactly like us. They just speak Swahili. They speak a different language for now, but I see the importance of learning Swahili. Not just for what is it? Speaking of the holidays, what is the holiday called?
Give me a season.
Christmas time. Kwanzaa.
Well,
Kwanzaa, yeah. Not learning Kwanzaa. I mean, Kwanzaa, I see why Kwanzaa is so important.
yeah.
And I see how learning Swahili through Kwanzaa prepares you to be able to speak with your family back home, at least in, the Swahili speaking countries. But, until you speak a language, you can't truly connect with someone. So, being able to do that is important. But also I feel like there's so much power in learning African languages in general. And, I had to transform myself while I was in Africa. I had to when I'm just speaking English and I look like a foreigner, I look like an American, you're treated a certain way. You're treated as such. You're treated like an American, right? Like people want your money because Americans got more money than they had. You know what I mean? So, when I started just speaking the language, I'm in Lamu, so I'm greeting everyone now. Everybody I see is Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah.
And it was just wa alaikum salam back. Peace be upon you and all that. And that's just a beautiful thing that gives you this connection, and then so sort of start with that, and then you meet people, they call you Rafiki. Rafiki.
But you actually have the staff, so that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, right. But it's just friends, so anybody can be Rafiki.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm like, man, Lion King really prepared us for this.
Yeah.
And how cool is that? But there's so much more to it, and it's just again, being able to speak to someone in their own language, but in particular, speaking to someone in our language. African languages are our languages. So, I asked Sharif just last night. It's like, hey man, we're gonna be testing out this virtual cafe where we could do conversations and maybe even do some sort of like online classes, in this sort of cafe setting. And I said, you taught me so much and you continue to teach me. Every time I go back and forth with him, he's teaching me something new. This is how you say good night. This is how you say good morning. This is how you say thank you. Asante. It's thank you. Asante sana. Thank you very much. Anything with sana, you add that little sana on it.
Very much.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit of sana here and there. Boy, you're cooking with fire. So caribou
Yeah.
is you're welcome. Right? So, caribou sana, you're welcome very much. Hey, you know that. Thank you. You're welcome. You say, so Jambo is like the generic greeting. Jambo is like the tourist greeting.
The one that they tell you the cultural
Yes. Yes, that's right.
Cool.
That's right. That's right. That's the potato salad with the raisins in it.
Yeah.
So, what Sharif taught me was, he's walking through the town. He's like a cool dude, very cool dude.
Yeah.
And he's saying mambo. Not jumbo, mambo.
Okay.
So I was like, mambo. So what is that, brother? What is mambo? Mambo is, how are you? What's up? Mambo. I said, I like that word. You can say mambo. You can say habari gani. What's the news? That one is one that many people may know. But yeah, just these little things. Just being able to say, how are you? Thank you and you're welcome. Transforms you into a Kenyan.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It don't take much.
It don't, cause that's who we are. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, just talk like you're us and it's all good.
Yeah.
Now, obviously the same thing don't work in Tokyo, Japan.
That's fair.
Konnichiwa is fine, but you ain't Japanese.
Hey. Yeah. You're
You
right.
might have a little bit. You in particular.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Bro, I'm gonna figure out how to speak these. That's gonna happen. I'm gonna figure that
Oh
out.
no. And all right, so here's what I'm saying. Each one teach one.
Yeah.
So I invited Sharif to be our Swahili teacher.
I'm
Yeah, all right. And I knew you would be. I knew you would be. Man, I'm gonna say it, but he helped me so much, right? So I paid him when I saw him, and then we just been talking back and forth. He's helping me figure out, okay, like, how do we go about finding a plot of land to purchase? How do we invest in the island? Because I told him and Salim, because we took a boat. We sailed around the island. I paid for the boat, and I said, yeah, I want Salim out there. Salim was like, I don't know his official title. But it was like, I don't know. He just he would do whatever I needed him to do.
Yeah.
But he would bring me, he was like the customer service representative deluxe. So he would bring me a Swahili breakfast morning. I'm like, Salim, did you prepare this yourself? Yes, he did. Jesus, where's the kitchen? Where do you store things?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to figure all this stuff out. But anyway, that's
This
besides.
man woke up early that day. He was like, "This American go get some food."
Let me tell you, he bring it. He's like, he gives me a menu, order whatever you want.
Cool.
One day I think I got some kind of fish. Salim, did you catch this fish yourself? Yes, sir. You know what I mean? Like,
He said I went out this morning.
yeah. Like, he telling me, like, sorry, I'm a little late. He's dripping. I'm like, brother, it's okay, but, I didn't know you were the one doing all of this end to end.
That man ordered some beef. He go kill the cat.
Bruh, that's what it's like out there. But yeah, we went out sailing, and they taught me so much on that little boat. The boat is called a dhow. So it's a man-made boat, all wood. And it's just like, again, like the artistry. I saw so much artistry and it was beautiful. So we sailing around the island, and at various piers, we would just like sort of dock. But when I say dock, I mean, these brothers basically had to jump out the boat to wrap it around the pier, and his kids under the dock crabbing and fishing, and so much just natural life. Just natural life. So, and then get off on the pier, walking through the town, again, barefoot, to the point where eventually we got to one place. This was Kipungani. This was the Kipungani coast. And there's a school. We start walking by. We see all these baobab trees. The baobab being a super fruit. And I had never seen one in real life. I'd only, I've seen pictures. I've seen pictures of African trees and things like that. But to see one in real life, I mean, this tree stores so much water. And it's like roots are like above the ground. Enormous roots. But so there's a school.
Is that the one you sent a picture of?
Yeah, that's the one I put on IG.
The one that looks like quite literally Mother Earth?
Exactly. They call it the tree of life. It supports humans and animals. Like it's a really important tree. But yeah, we walking through the town again. Like I said, there's women just like sitting outside their homes on the ground, like weaving these baskets. And the most intricate weaving techniques. Like, I'm like, bro, like, please, like, put that in my head. Like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing. And again, like, this is their livelihood. So we get to like this school, and this guy comes up to us and he's like, "Are y'all okay?" He's like, "Is everybody okay?" And he's like, he's concerned because he thinks we're shipwrecked.
Mm-hmm.
We look like our ship has crashed or, turned over. And now, because we're just out there in like shorts. Sharif got on dang near like draws,
Yeah.
and we just walking through the town. So he was like, "Yeah, I just wanted to check because there were some other guys who actually were shipwrecked. So, not too far off. But also, we kind of did get stuck. The boat did get stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize we were stuck, but everybody else got out of the boat and they're like under the boat and I'm just sitting there. But they were like, yeah, under the water, like trying to get it off of whatever we got stuck on.
Mm-hmm.
And after the fact, I'm like, dang, I guess I should have got out and tried to help y'all, huh? Well, at the same time, I said, well, I guess I did pay for this, so maybe that's not my job. But no, I was very much like, I don't know, just all in. If they needed me out there, I would have jumped in there. But they prepared a meal on the boat, like, I don't know, it was like nothing else I've ever seen. Like, they just, they made a very nice Swahili fish.
Mm-hmm.
And coconut cabbage.
Is it raw?
No, this was not Japan. This was not Tokyo.
Okay.
This was not sushi. No, they grilled it. They grilled the fish on an open flame on the boat. Mind you, there's no grill. They just made a fire. They made a fire.
None of this is making sense right now.
That's what I'm saying. I've been, oh, wow. And then, lunch was served and it was, brother, my God, Habibi, it was the best fish I've ever had in my life. Truly. It truly was. It truly was. So all I'm saying is BVP, Kenya, we're going to have all that. So I want to be able to share those experiences, even, just to be able to curate an experience for people, whether it's, you sitting in the cafe or you staying in a guest room or you going out on the dhow to sail around the island and learn more about everything. Like Sharif the whole time is teaching me about the nature. He's teaching me about the mangroves. It's called mangrove forest. These trees that grow around the island. And it's like the wood that comes from it is so versatile. And the boats are made out of the mangrove tree. The staff I have is a mangrove wood staff. The doors, like all this stuff comes from these forests. And it's like, it showed me how important preservation of nature is too. Because it's like, yeah, with environmental, the impact that we're having on the planet, like these things are under attack. So that was another thing, a theme on the island was sustainability, and a lot of recycling. They recently made a boat out of recycled plastic.
Mm-hmm.
They made a dhow out of recycled plastic, which is super cool. But yeah, even the fact that there's no cars on the island, right? It just goes to show they really are protecting it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, to be able to share that with our people, that's something I have to do. And to be able to create jobs for people like Salim or Sharif, because I'm telling them, I'm like, man, I would love to open a space here. And they're telling me, like, it will be successful, period.
Yeah.
Like, that research was amazing. Like, wow. Like, y'all don't, I don't even know if you know me like that, but, they're like, yeah, it will be successful and we will do it together. You know what I mean? Like, these guys are just like, we will help you do it. And I didn't even ask. I just said sort of like a vision, right? And they were like, yeah, let's go. and I'm grateful for them. But it also, just sort of in closing, it's like, man, like as Americans, it's like I think our perspective on business is so different, right? Like, I mean, we have, we dream in a way that others don't,
Yeah.
and it's like we see what's possible. And obviously we have privileges. We have we have a lot of privileges, but it's like, yeah, I mean, that like foresight and that vision is something that is, I think, not necessarily prevalent on the continent. Not that people don't have potential, but people don't get invested in like they do in the States, right? They don't have the infrastructure that we have in the States. So, I do see the cafe, the bed and breakfast that we opened on the continent in Kenya in particular, just also being a space where people can come and learn. And, that's where we get to add in like, hey, we can have classes on entrepreneurship or ujasiri amale, entrepreneurship, technology, because there's so much opportunity, so many people who need a better livelihood. Like Sharif is telling me, like, man, like, I'm tired of hustling, yo.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I hear you. Like, geez, like,
Like, who you talking to?
and I'm like, yeah, me too, right? But like, after I see how you hustle, I can't complain.
Yeah.
I cannot complain. So, yeah, man, it's just so much potential, so much opportunity. And again, like, it's our people. So, it's better for us to do it than for someone else who's going to exploit, because that definitely, I mean, has happened, of course. Kenya was colonized, and I think it was only either the 50s or the 60s that it gained independence. So it hasn't even been, quote unquote, free for 100 years. So it's early. It's still getting set up, and as innovators, like, that's what we do. We jump in early and we build. So that's what I see. That's what I see, man. So that's what we got going on. That's what's going through my head. Yeah.
Deep.
And I just became so African. I'm on that boat. I'm ready to jump out the boat. I'm like, I just want to dive in the water.
Bro.
And they said, don't do that. Do not do that there. They said, do not do that one. You will not return.
Yeah.
Okay, I will not do that.
But hold up, so I can find it. So as you've been talking, I just pulled up one of these like YouTube videos about Lamu and just been like seeing sights.
Mm.
And you're absolutely right that like they're just us in a different country. And I'm about to find. Yeah, here it is. There's this segment of this video that I want to get over to you. Tell me this ain't. I know you've seen it. The video. Have you seen the video of the Memphis pool party?
Memphis pool party?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, basically, it's just a bunch of brothers and sisters just like jumping in the pool, fully jumping into the pool like fully clothed and just going crazy, right?
Okay, yeah.
It's one of them type of bits. And it's just this segment. So you can click on that video and go to like 2 minutes and 10 seconds, and it's quite literally the exact same thing.
Well, all right, I'm gonna play it. Check it out. As it's loading here. Man, even the thumbnail on the video is just taking me back. I'm like, bro, it's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautiful. Yeah. See what they do. I want to do that. I just want to jump. I just want to be free.
Yeah. So watch the rest of that clip and then look at the second clip of the Memphis joint that I'm showing you. And then you like just seeing that comparison alone is just quite literally like, oh, bro, like we definitely all the same. This
Yep.
is
Nope. That's it. Exactly. Exactly. It don't matter where you go on this planet.
yeah,
Africans are African everywhere. That's it. Now I'm not doing what they do in Memphis. I'm not jumping in that tiny little pool. Everybody.
no, but like that's kind of the beauty of it because it's one of those things. Uh, so I trained a guy, right, and he's from Moldova, which is like the eastern part of Europe, right?
Yep. Yep.
And so I think he knows how to speak Romanian, but he has to go back home and like be there for like 3 or 4 days to pick it back up, you know?
Yeah.
And he's back kind of like fluent with it, right? And I feel like it's that similar vibe and kind of like energy of like these things that we do are kind of just in our veins already, but you don't know about it until you kind of like get back to quote unquote home.
Yep.
You know? And then it just like comes out of you.
Yep.
So it's like one of those type joints where like doing things like this is in our nature, obviously, but like it comes out more when you're back near home and that kind of energy. So,
No. Leaning into our AI, our ancestral intelligence. It's a real thing, very real. It's in our DNA. And yeah, man, I mean, I was so like emotional just sitting out there, just being like, yo, look at how much was taken from us, you know, like what I'm saying, like what you just described, right? It's just like who we are, you know, what is in us. And realizing like, yeah, so much has been done to strip that away. And it's not gone. It's not that it's gone, but you know, we can forget. And I think free breakfast will allow us to provide a reminder for everyone in our community, reminding ourselves, you know, daily and weekly of just who we are, who we've always been.
yeah.
And yeah, man, I mean, it was just, yeah, that's God, you know, we have it in us. Yeah, we gotta get you to the island. So I think the next trip, we'll have to survey some real estate.
Word. High key, it might just be a month over there.
And you know, let me tell you something. I said, hey, if I am trapped on this island, so be it.
If anybody's listening to this, it was a cool about 2 weeks where we thought we wasn't gonna get Gary. I feel like this man is he's abroad now. That's what it is. He gonna bring out a visa,
Yeah.
and the man ain't coming back. We just gonna do the best of what we can.
Yep. Like, hey, I will get on my internet when I can.
Yeah.
But I think I am a Kenyan now.
I think he picked up the tempo of the speech and everything. I think I'm a Kenyan.
That's right, Hakuna Matata. That's what I learned. That's, you know, no worries, pretty much ever. Like there was
Pretty much.
like no sense of urgency. You know, just like we will get there when we get there.
Yeah.
So it was beautiful. Next time I'll tell the story of the coffee farm, but all of it together was just like wow. You know, it was just wow, and it was just money. Obviously, it takes money to get there.
Yeah.
It takes money to get there. So that's that part we have to figure out. How do we make this an affordable experience for people? But then also, how do we use technology to share these stories and to help people, you know, be able to travel without necessarily leaving their homes?
Yeah.
You know, so I would love to work with Sharif and Salim and I have some other brothers as well who, they can record content. They can join us on these live streams. They can show us what does it look like right now. So those things, like you said, like it's like you looked it up and it's just yeah, I want to go there. So people need to see. They need to see what Africa is because we're, growing up. It's like, man, a lot of us just see like in the arms of an angel. That's what they tell us Africa is. And yes, Africa has many problems and challenges, just like every other continent. Every country, every community has challenges and problems, but entrepreneurs are the problem solvers, the innovators. We can do something. We can employ people. We can create clean water access, which is another project that, when we get to talking about the Solai coffee farm, like telling that story of how, hey, when we sell this coffee, when we source our coffee beans from Solai in Kenya, we sell these beans in the US or wherever else, then the family, the Korea family, they're able to create jobs in the community. They're able to build water tanks that provide clean drinking water to, the students at the local school and all this kind of stuff. Like there's a reason why we're in this business. It's not just about making money, but given that people want quality products, we will sell them quality products. We will charge our premium. And with those profits, we can obviously provide for ourselves and do good in the world.
Amen.
So here we are.
Dude, not just like provide for, like, here's the thing. The people that invest in business, they're, one, first off, helping themselves build wealth. Right? They're helping people they care about build wealth. They're helping others who are actually working in the business build wealth. Like it's a beautiful cycle of, I would say, reciprocity.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. That is how we create an exponential return on investment. Mm-hmm. We multiply the effects that we're able to have by investing in one another. Because, as the saying goes, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, you must go together. So, join the herd. Welcome. And we are really just starting our journey. It is what, July?
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed.
And BVP has been on how many continents this year? Since January the 1st?
For real.
All of them? Almost. I think by the end of the year, we just might touch every continent.
Just wait.
Yes. So, yes, sir. I thank you, Brother Bass.
Indeed. Appreciate you setting it up.
Of course. So, we had no technical issues that I'm aware of. And this was a first run going live on Substack. So, I liked it. What did you think?
No, I enjoyed it. It's a change up, which is always nice. Nuance to what we normally do. So it's appreciated.
Yeah. Well, we will keep it going. And I think we should invite some guests to our next conversation. Perhaps. Yeah, we will talk. We will talk in our next all hands meeting.
Yeah.
But I would like to obviously continue the conversations and start to share some more stories, some more knowledge. So I think we should host free breakfast here in this venue, our virtual cafe, and then some BVP University classes as well.
And with it.
All right. Well, thank you for everything, sir. Thank you to our visitors today. Thank you for stopping by BVP Coffee Co. where we are serving the people by
Indeed.
any means necessary.
Indeed.
All right. Y'all take it easy. Have a great weekend. Peace out.